Good evening, everyone. I'm Keisha Marie Charles, and this is I.A.N. News.
Members of government and opposition bid farewell to UNC councillor. Poultry shop face closure due to chicken shortage. UNC councillor welcomes police post in Felicity. And Prime Minister explores future opportunities with ExxonMobil.
And in sport, TKR beat the rain to get ready. We're going to talk about that and a whole lot more in your Sportcast.
In our top story, the United National Congress family came out this morning to mourn late Reform Manahambre councillor Vashti Suku at her family's Garth Road, Williamsville home and the Shore of Peace in Otahiti. Among the mourners were Prime Minister Kamla Prasad Bisesa, members of parliament, local government colleagues, friends and family. There were also several PNM politicians in attendance. More in this report.
A final farewell for the Reform Manahambre councillor Vashti Suku, who died on Tuesday. Minister of Local Government Khadija I.A.N reflected on Suku's loyalty and recalled working alongside her and the Prime Minister during floods, internal party elections, general elections and local government elections. Minister of Works and Infrastructure Jerlene John, addressing the gathering in Williamsville, said Suku was proud of the party when in government and in opposition. John said the only reason she is sitting at an office on Richmond Street is because of people like Vashti. Prime Minister Kamla Prasad Bisesa addressed the mourners gathered at the cremation site at Mosquito Creek, Otahiti. She thanked Suku for her years of service to the Princestown Regional Corporation and Trinidad and Tobago.
You go in another numbers, and you go to a better place than 64. But you leave a better place because you look smart at your community, your family. Yeah. Can you do your appreciations, but to make a better place, everyone. You have done that. Because of your hard work, we will not let you down. And continue your work. All the conversation with the community, Princess John and the chairman. All of you in Princess John, remember Vashti and continue her good work.
Suku was 60 years old.
Felicity Endeavour councillor Sundar Juku has welcomed the government's rollout of joint police and army posts throughout the country and particularly in central Trinidad. He believes the locations identified by the Central Division have been strategically selected to improve police response times. Celine Bansilal tells us more.
Felicity Endeavour councillor Sundar Juku says residents have been calling for such an initiative for quite some time. Speaking to I.A.N. News on Thursday, he recalled a period when the area experienced a spike in crime, prompting authorities to establish a neighborhood watch group that also included police officers. But according to the councillor, that solution was only temporary.
It did a good job, but by the end of the day, guys get burnt out and so forth. And we really welcome the police post. It is an essential asset to our community. This is something that we were lobbying for a long time. And we really, the Burgesses of Felicity really appreciate the fact that we are getting a station.
Among the locations identified by the Central Division are St. Helena, Caroni, Brentwood, and the Couva Interchange. The councillor says the areas were not selected at random. He believes crime trends, along with the time it takes for police to respond to incidents, were important factors in determining where the posts should be placed.
When you think about it, Chaguanas Police Station, it's in Chaguanas itself. By the time you make a report and you go to E999, which is excellent, and the transfer of those information, by the time it gets to the officers and the dispatch, something terrible could happen, or the apprehension might be a little low. But with the post, what you will find happening in a moment's notice of that call hit on the post itself, the response time, I strongly believe, would be a lot faster.
He's also commending Prime Minister Kamla Prasad Bisesa and her administration for advancing the initiative, which he believes can assist in the national fight against crime. As plans for the joint police and army post continue to take shape, Councillor Juku says residents will be looking to see the initiative translate into a stronger security presence for communities. Celine Bansidal, I.A.N. News.
The government's plan to establish joint police and army posts in communities across Trinidad and Tobago is getting mixed but largely supportive reactions from residents. In central Trinidad, 5 locations have been identified for the rollout, 2 have been confirmed, while 3 others have been recommended. I.A.N. News spoke with residents in Felicity and Brentwood about what they expect from the initiative. Celine Bandilal has more.
The government's Joint Police and Army Post initiative is taking shape in communities across central Trinidad. But for residents, the real question is whether these posts will make their communities safer. During Wednesday's weekly police briefing, Senior Superintendent of Police for the Central Division, Rudolph Bagwandin, says the areas identified include the Covert Interchange, the Brentwood area, and St. Helena in Carney, while confirmed areas include Carson Field, east of the highway, and Felicity in Chaguanas. In Felicity, one elderly resident says he welcomes the initiative, particularly because of what he describes as a serious drug problem in the area.
Well, that is a good idea, and I thought what going on in the day is going on in the night.
You live?
That was going on here.
What you?
This whole place full of drugs. The young fellas and plenty of drugs right now here.
Another Felicity resident, 77-year-old Cashew Poon, believes the location selected must take into account known crime hotspots. He questioned why areas such as Enterprise and 500 have not yet been identified for a post.
It's a minor thing, but that's how people's lime and robbery and almost a robbery be all day. Every week you're in a motor in Enterprise. Every week you're in a motor in Enterprise all about. Why we don't have motor here at this side? I mean, you could happy. The most important is Enterprise and 500.
But Felicity Endeavour Councillor Sundar Juku says residents should not necessarily assume that areas not currently listed will be left out. He says discussions are still underway and additional locations could be considered in due time.
Remember, they just can't set up a location where they don't get proper authorization to put the station down. But if it's state land, of course, you can get it done immediately. However, if they have to set up in private establishment, they have to get proper authorization. And I think these are some of the logistics they are working out.
And the call for a stronger round-the-clock security presence is also being echoed in Brentwood. One resident who asks not to be identified says he supports the plan for the post to operate 24 hours a day. For him, crime does not keep regular hours, and neither should the response to it.
Crime happens anytime, and majority of the time, most of the elements tend to move on at the cover of night. So if there's an issue, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, it'll be good to know that you can go and make a report and, possibly have an officer there to assist.
He also mentions that these posts should be strategically placed.
Probably putting it in an area where you have the lack of the presence of the police might be good. It's only the officers and their management will know the reason why.
As the government moves ahead with its plans, residents say the success of the initiative will ultimately depend not only on where the posts are placed, but on whether they translate into a consistent and visible security presence in communities. Celine Bansilal, I.A.N. News.
And as weather conditions continue to place pressure on poultry production, pluck shops across the country are feeling the pinch. One poultry shop in Chaguanas is fearful about what the continued lapse in availability means for business.
At Ravi's Poultry and Seafood on Endeavour Main Road, Chaguanas, limits have been placed on how many chickens customers can purchase. One employee, identified only as Trevor, told I.A.N. News that there hasn't been a shortage like this in years.
Normally, we come to it full of chicken, real nice chicken, big chicken, small money. Now, what your price is, what your amount of chicken that we have, we're not getting the amount. And that's for like what, the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks going. And we hadn't have a shortage of chicken for the past, 2 years and something until now. And it's really affecting us with this close.
The supply of chicken has not only been affected in terms of quantity, but also the weight of the chickens available.
We're not getting the same size of chicken. Most of the times we're getting real small chicken. They like birds, sometimes 2.5, 3 pound chicken, which a lot of people complaining about. The size, size is a problem as well. wish that we could get the regular supply of chicken back, because to be honest, a lot of people out here suffering for the chicken and they're paying a lot more. You understand? Which, if we get back the regular supply, we'd be able to drop back our prices and people will be able to afford and get the amount of chicken that they want.
The poultry shop early Thursday afternoon advised customers that chicken was sold out and would be available in limited quantities on Friday. Dalisa Guralal, I.A.N. News.
The ongoing chicken shortage has affected some food establishments, among them Dubai-based fast food restaurant Chicken. Manager Miraj told I.A.N. News that despite the challenges to availability, the restaurant chain will hold its hand on any price increases at this time. Dalisa Guralal has more in this report.
The manager of the establishment at the Monroe Road Canupia location said the business has been navigating the shortage and apologized for any changes in the usual size of the chicken pieces that customers have grown to know.
It's affecting our business nowadays, so chicken not coming on the time, chicken coming short in according, just like we ordered 20 bags, we get 10 bags, sometimes 5 bags. So we have to manage it. Apologize our customers if any time they feel chicken is smaller, because it's all depends on supply. So I hope they will do with the same. They stand with us in this chicken shortage, and we trying to serve them best as we delivered them before and more than that.
Even as the shortage looms, Chicken continues to expand with a new location set to open in Arima. Meanwhile, Prestige Holdings Limited CEO Simon Hardy told I.A.N. News in a telephone interview that KFC and its other franchises were not affected by the shortage. Mr. Hardy said the company has a strategic partnership with Arawak to prevent such occurrences. Dalisa Guralal, I.A.N. News.
The Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries is strengthening Trinidad and Tobago's poultry sector to ensure a reliable supply of eggs and day-old chicks. This as the government aims to strengthen the entire poultry value chain, expand sustainable local production, and ensure farmers have dependable access to the inputs needed to meet consumer demand. A proposed public-private partnership to establish a large-scale local breeding and hatchery facility would produce fertile eggs, breeder stock, and chicks for both broiler and layer industries. The facility is expected to reduce reliance on imports, improve biosecurity and food security, conserve foreign exchange, create jobs, and reduce vulnerability to international supply disruptions. The ministry is also managing risks from highly pathogenic avian influenza by diversifying import sources, including approving the Netherlands, while applying science and risk-based measures aligned with the World Organization for Animal Health Standards. The ministry emphasized that increasing the number of egg farms alone will not solve shortages, as a stable industry also requires reliable access to chicks, feed, infrastructure, utilities, veterinary services, financing, labor, transportation, and markets. In other news, Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar held discussions on ExxonMobil's ongoing activities and future opportunities in Trinidad and Tobago's energy sector after a meeting with Trinidad and Tobago Operations Manager for ExxonMobil. Here's more.
The meeting with Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar and the ExxonMobil operations manager concerned the ease of doing business in Trinidad and Tobago. Dr. Bram Williamson said that the fastest ExxonMobil has been able to secure the necessary approvals and complete the administrative procedures required to begin seismic activities. He also expressed ExxonMobil's optimism as the company continues its technical work with hopes of a hydrocarbon find that can generate significant benefits for the people and economy of Trinidad and Tobago. The Prime Minister welcomed ExxonMobil's confidence in Trinidad and Tobago and reaffirmed her government's commitment to creating a business-friendly environment that encourages foreign investment and allows companies to establish and commence operations efficiently. Celine Bansilal, I.A.N. News.
We now take a short break. More news ahead when we return.
We'll be right back. have breaking news, community news, and upcoming events? Contact our newsroom at 226-1-I.A.N. or 259-4-I.A.N. or email us at iannetworknews@gmail.com.
Every weekday at 7 p.m., the news goes live on the I.A.N. network. Watch us on our available providers with more coming soon. Also available on YouTube and Facebook. The news you have been waiting for is now here.
2 murders recorded in Trinidad and Tobago this year came from altercations, revenge attacks, and domestic disputes, not organized gang warfare. According to figures cited by the Prime Minister, altercations accounted for 40 murders, revenge for 30, and domestic disputes for 12.
Since 2024, altercations, revenge, and domestic disputes have been linked to 371 lives lost. Many began as everyday disagreements that escalated beyond control. Some erupted suddenly, fueled by anger, jealousy, alcohol, or drugs. A few seconds of lost control created permanent consequences for entire families. Gang violence can be attacked differently. Security services can identify criminal networks, locate weapons, target known offenders, and disrupt planned activity. The figures show progress. Gang-related murders fell from 273 in 2024 to 122 in 2025 and 78 so far this year. That decline shows the impact of stronger national security operations under the state of emergency. But police cannot make personal choices for citizens. Years ago, the Archbishop of Port of Spain asked where all this anger was coming from and how ordinary citizens were helping to increase it. The country is reducing gang violence. Saving more lives now requires restraint, forgiveness, and the courage to walk away. Let love have the last word.
Fair and Square, conveniently located near the Endeavour Chaguanas flyover. Shop now for all back-to-school and vacation essentials. We carry the widest variety at the best prices. Discover incredible value and a shopping experience that's fast, easy, and affordable. Fair and Square, your one-stop shop for all your household needs with safe and convenient parking. Any and everything all under one roof.
Your dream home starts at Advertise Marketing Home Improvement Center. Whether you're building, renovating, or upgrading, we have everything you need. From stylish home decor, kitchenware, vanities, bed and bath essentials, outdoor furniture and mini appliances, to premium wrought iron products. Shop security steel doors, PVC and aluminum windows, zinc, RHS, stainless steel items, and custom enclosures. Visit us at Old Southern Main Road, Freeport, or our branches in Aranguez and SS Erin Road, Daybay.
Extra Foods has champion savings. Plenty specials just for you. April parboiled rice, 3 packs for $20. Country House table margarine, 3 sticks for $20. Nature's Hot almond milk, 1 liter, $20. Indomie instant noodles, 7 packs for $20. Bumblebee light tuna, 3 tins for $20. Happy pasta cuts, 4 packs for $20. And so much more. We are the home of plenty for 20 deals, keeping prices affordable in TNT. Nobody beats our prices. Extra Foods, always extra for less.
We're back with the news on the I.A.N. network.
Welcome back, everyone. Chief Justice Ronnie Budusing and Justice Minister Devesh Maharaj on Tuesday held discussions on the role of probation services and opportunities to strengthen collaboration across the justice sector. The meeting was held at the Waterfront Judicial Center, Tower D, Port of Spain. In a news release on Thursday, the judiciary said a key focus of the discussions was the contribution of probation services to the work of the courts, particularly through the preparation of social inquiry reports, offender rehabilitation, and court-mandated supervision. These services, it said, provide important information and support to the courts in making informed decisions and in promoting the rehabilitation and reintegration of offenders. Chief Justice Budusing said effective collaboration among justice sector institutions is essential to improving the administration of justice. The discussion also addressed the broader areas of mutual interest, including operational challenges, infrastructure, capacity building, and interagency coordination. Particular attention was given to identifying ways to improve efficiency and support efforts to reduce delays within the justice system. Respect the ruling. This was the word from Steve Rascommander Pascal, chairman of TUCO South Central Zone. This following the Trinbago Unified Calypsonians Organization General Council rejecting an attempt to remove Pascal as chairman of the South Central Zone, ruling that the zonal executive did not have the constitutional authority to terminate his elected mandate. The decision was made at the General Council's meeting on August 6, 2026, where members considered a motion of no confidence brought by the majority of the TUCO South Central Zone executive.
So I stand firm with my General Council and my National Executive, and once they make a ruling, I am asking the members who may not understand fully how TUCO is constructed and how TUCO is run to respect the ruling of the organization. The governing body is the General Council, and that is my position at this point in time.
According to TUCO, the council determined that the South Central Zonal Executive had no authority under the organization's constitution or under any properly ratified zonal rule consistent with it to use a no-confidence motion to end Pascal's tenure. The council further ruled that to the extent that the motion sought to remove Pascal from office or create a vacancy was beyond the authority of the South Central Executive and therefore had no force or effect. TUCO said the ruling means Pascal remains the duly elected chairman of the South Central Zone.
I was not moved by this so-called vote of no confidence in my leadership, because I am fully aware of the TUCO's constitution. I am fully aware that no vote of no confidence could stand, right? I firmly believe in the General Council of TUCO. I firmly believe in the National Executive of TUCO and what they stand for.
The General Council has proposed a meeting with the South Central Executive and its membership on Sunday, August 16th at 10 a.m. at the Creative Arts Center in San Fernando. And Caribbean Airlines has added 1,200 additional seats for travel between Trinidad and Tobago ahead of the Great Race weekend. In a media release on Thursday, the airline said the additional seats will be available for travel from August 14th to 17th in response to increased demand for the event. This is in addition to the 2,856 extra seats previously announced for August, further boosting capacity on the domestic air bridge during the peak travel period. Customers are being encouraged to book early through Caribbean Airlines website, mobile app, reservations call center, or travel agents. The airline says the increased capacity is expected to help meet demand and support reliable connectivity between Trinidad and Tobago. And it's now time for sports with James, who tells us what's happening.
Well, I'm no meteorologist, but the rain went away, and TKR, well, they got to train today. All that and more coming up in your Sportcast.
We'll be right back.
You can now follow us for breaking news on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, and on YouTube. Follow us for breaking news. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow us for breaking news on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook, and on YouTube.
Fair and Square, conveniently located near the Endeavor Chaguanas flyover. Shop now for all back-to-school and vacation essentials. We carry the widest variety at the best prices. Discover incredible value and a shopping experience that's fast, easy, and affordable. Fair and Square, your one-stop shop for all your household needs with safe and convenient parking. Any and everything all under one roof.
Every weekday at 7 p.m., the news goes live on the I.A.N. network. Watch us on our available providers with more coming soon. Also also available on YouTube and Facebook. The news you have been waiting for is now here.
Makoya, discover the all-new India in Style Expo, the exciting new chapter following Incredible India Expo. Open daily from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. opposite the Center of Excellence. Shop beautiful bridal and temple wear, jewelry, footwear, home furnishings, decor, puja items and much more. Try some of the delicious items at Zyka Restaurant and enjoy refreshing drinks from AK Juice Center. India in Style Expo, a complete Indian shopping and lifestyle experience.
Fab India Expo in Chaguanas is open every day from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Fresh containers have arrived with brand new stocks. Exciting new merchants have joined us, bringing a huge variety of products at unbeatable bargains. Indulge in spa services, soothing chumpy massages, and taste authentic Indian cuisine. Fab India Expo, endless variety, endless value.
Big savings and new arrivals at Grade 1 PVC Ceiling. PVC panels $25, heat barrier tiles $7, WPC panels $32, and marble sheets $180. Daybay, Tunapuna, Warren Road, Tobago, and our new location at Sangre Grande. Shop today before it's gone.
At CTS College Private Secondary School, we understand that every student learns differently. This is why we provide them with the freedom to choose their ideal workload. With full-time and part-time classes delivered face-to-face and online, and dedicated teachers to help them reach their academic goals. We also provide regular updates to students and parents. Plus, we have affordable rates and flexible payment terms. Enroll today at CTS College.
Heart disease is the #1 cause of death in Trinidad and Tobago, driven by two silent threats, diabetes and high cholesterol. But now there's a powerful ally, introducing Berberine Plus by Asia Nutrition, clinically proven to stabilize blood sugar and keep cholesterol levels in check. With 99.9% pure extract, you get superior absorption and real results. Available now at Pennywise and leading pharmacies nationwide. Berberine Plus, your heart deserves better.
Do you have breaking news, community news, and upcoming events? Contact our newsroom at 226-1-I.A.N. or 259-4-I.A.N. Or email us at iannetworknews@gmail.com.
We're back with the news on the I.A.N. network.
Well, it's a drive down to mid-wickets as the Trinbago Knight Riders are settling into life in Jamaica as they continue preparations for Saturday's Caribbean Premier League clash against the Jamaica Kingsmen at the iconic Sabina Park. The defending CPL champions have had a disrupted start to their stay in Kingston, with their first 2 days designated as rest days and yesterday's scheduled training session washed out by the rain. But today, the squad finally got its first look at Sabina Park, completing its opening training session at the historic venue. Jamaica is hosting CPL matches for the first time since 2019, with Sabina Park set the stage for fixtures as the tournament returns to one of the Caribbean's most famous cricket grounds. There is also a major squad boost on the horizon for TKR, Captain Nicholas Puran, veteran all-rounder Kyron Pollard, and spinner Usman Tarika expected to arrive in Jamaica tomorrow night after completing commitments in the 100 in England. The Knight Riders, 5-time CPL champions, will be looking to build momentum early in their title defense when they face the Kingsmen in what promises to be one of the marquee matchups of the Jamaica leg of CPL 2026. Oh, there's a nursery rhyme about all of the Kingsmen falling or something like that. All right, Trinidad and Tobago's Camille Puran produced a sparkling maiden half-century. Still, it wasn't enough to prevent the St. Lucia Kings from slipping to a 5-wicket defeat against the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots as action continued in Grossi Lay. Puran was the standout performer for the Kings, blasting 54 from just 30 deliveries. It was an innings full of intent and clean striking. Look at that. And look at that as well. Well, the Trinidadian's inning was one of the brightest batting displays on the night as he raced to a half-century. He combined with Jewel Andrews in a crucial 82-run partnership for the third wicket after the Kings had lost 2 early wickets. At 96 for 2, the Kings looked set for a big total. But the Puran dismissal sparked a collapse with Jason Holder. And then Sharub Netra Valka turning the game with the ball, sharing 6 wickets between them and restricting the Kings to 155 for 8. Holder finished with 3 for 20. In reply, the Patriots made the chase look comfortable. Oh, very comfortable. Veteran opener Andrew Fletcher anchored the innings with an unbeaten 48 from 41 balls, while Kyle Mayers provided early momentum with a quick-fire 32 from just 16 deliveries. The Patriots reached 156 for 5 with 14 balls to spare, securing their first victory of the tournament. Higher. Well, after the fireworks display, would captains settle to assess the match?
We have a really young unit, probably the youngest unit in CPL right now. So for those young guys to stand up after having a bad start like that and really show their class, I thought it was a good batting performance by them. But as I said, I just thought that we were 30, 35 runs. I thought if one of them could have taken it a bit deeper, it would have helped us, but well played to them.
I knew we've got a quality ball attack, just for us, just to put the ball in good areas, ask a few questions and be clinical. Probably we're a little bit sloppy in the field today, which, something that we can touch upon. But I think overall, I thought our bowlers did an exceptional job, to limit them to 155. At the halfway stage, we were pretty confident we can chase it, and in the end, we got it.
All right, get ready for some cool tricks as Trinidad and Tobago's freestyle BMX rider Keegan Alves made his mark on the international BMX flatland scene, securing an impressive 4th place finish at the prestigious O Mariquinho Festival in Burgos, Spain. I think I chewed that word. But competing against some of the world's top riders, Alves advanced through the qualifiers and into the finals, where his technical combinations and his freestyle skills, as you can see, earned him a spot among the leading performers. And for Alves, the result carries special meaning. The TNT rider revealed that earlier this year, he considered walking away from BMX altogether, but his passion kept pulling him back. Now, after battling through that difficult period, he delivered one of the biggest results of his career.
At the O Mariquinho event, which is actually one of my favorite events. The location of the event is amazing. It's actually on the beach, so there's like tens of thousands of people there who's on holidays and who actually comes to the event. So many different things happening there. It's such a great event. I would love for more people to see events like this, and I would love if Trinidad could have an event something like this, So yeah. The level at this event was actually really high, honestly. You had guys who actually ranked on the UCI World Ranking Series right now. So it was pretty high, and there were people from like at least 9 different countries representing, guys from Japan, from Brazil, Spain, from Netherlands. Yeah, it's crazy to think, from Portugal, all over. So it was pretty high, and it was intense, like everyone was riding really good and stuff like that. So I'm happy to take home the 4th place from such a high level. There's so much motivation.
All right, like Keegan, I'm going to make a spin out of here. That's it for sport. For the team, I'm James Saunders. I'll catch you later.
We'll be right back.
Do you have breaking news, community news, and upcoming events? Contact our newsroom at 226-1-I-A-N or 259-4-I-A-N. Or email us at iannetworknews@gmail.com.
Feeling safe should not depend on how far you live from the nearest police station.
That is why the government is establishing 30 new police posts across Trinidad and Tobago.
Each police post will bring police and military personnel closer to the communities they serve. They will cover major roads, transport routes, busy junctions, and other important locations.
They will support existing police stations, strengthen patrols, and widen the national security network. And more officers are coming. New recruits are joining the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service.
That means more trained officers available to protect communities and respond when citizens need help. The purpose is simple: stronger presence, faster access to assistance, and greater confidence in public spaces. 30 police posts, more police officers, one connected national network protecting you and your family.
Promises made, promises kept.
Parents, listen up! Your next grocery run could be the chance for you to win big with Facade the Food King and Bright Ideas. Win your share of $75,000 in book grants. That's 75 lucky winners taking home $1,000 each to help with books, stationery, and back-to-school expenses. Every 300 or more spent at any Facade the Food King supermarket or Bright Ideas location, you'll receive an entry form. Complete it and drop it in the entry box provided in store. Promotion ends August 19th and is NLCB approved. 15 winners chosen every Saturday starting July 25th. Shop, enter, win weekly with Facade the Food King and Bright Ideas, making back to school easier for every family.
Quality value, that's our way. The real perks, that's we're here to stay. The Food King Facades.
Every weekday at 7 p.m., the news goes live on the I.A.N network. Watch us on our available providers with more coming soon. Also available on YouTube and Facebook. The news you have been waiting for is now here.
Whether it's 1, 2, or a truckload of tires,
we've got the perfect tire for every application, ensuring you're ready for any road ahead.
Passenger SUV 4x4. Heavy or light truck, you name it, we've got the tire that suits your ride perfectly.
From forklifts to industrial giants, construction vehicles, and agricultural workhorses,
we've got the right tire for every job you tackle. Brandtech, your one-stop solution for all your tire needs.
Your dream home starts at ADVERTISE Marketing Home Improvement Center. Whether you're building, renovating, or upgrading, we have everything you need. From stylish home decor, kitchenware, vanities, bed and bath essentials, outdoor furniture and mini appliances, to premium wrought iron products. Shop security steel doors, PVC and aluminum windows, zinc, RHS, stainless steel items, and custom enclosures. Visit us at Old Southern Main Road, Freeport, or our branches in Aranguez and SS Erin Road, Daybay.
We're back with the news on the I.A.N network.
Welcome back, everyone. Luxury fashion brands Kate Spade New York is making a major push to connect with Generation Z, and it's turning to Grammy-winning South African artist Tyler to lead the charge. The singer fronts the brand's new Fall 2026 global campaign, but industry analysts say the collaboration reflects a much bigger shift, with fashion houses increasingly relying on creators, digital personalities, and social media storytelling to attract younger shoppers. We have more in this report.
Kate Spade New York has unveiled its Fall 2026 global campaign starring two-time Grammy winner Tyler. The South African singer makes her first appearance for the brand after being named its global ambassador just weeks ago. Directed by filmmaker Rupert Sanders, the campaign follows Tyler through a playful game of hide-and-seek across New York City while spotlighting the brand's new Duo Mini shoulder bag. But fashion analysts say the campaign is about far more than handbags. Rather than relying solely on traditional models or celebrities, Kate Spade has assembled a diverse cast of digital creators whose audiences span comedy, food, beauty, weather, and online culture. The strategy reflects a broader shift taking place across the luxury fashion industry, where brands are investing heavily in creator-led marketing to build stronger connections with younger consumers. Kate Spade's parent company, Tapestry, recently reported that more than 35% of its newly acquired customers are members of Gen Z, with sister brand Coach already seeing success from celebrity and creator collaborations. The campaign also arrives during a period of change for Kate Spade. Later this month, acclaimed British designer Jonathan Saunders officially takes over as Executive Creative Director, overseeing the brand's product design and creative vision. While the campaign celebrates stylists' growing influence in both music and fashion, industry observers say its bigger message is clear. For today's luxury brands, connecting with Gen Z increasingly means meeting consumers where they spend their time, on social media, through creators, and in digital-first experiences. Amber Francis, I.A.N. News.
As artificial intelligence continues to shake up the music industry, Spotify is putting new rules in place to help listeners know who's exactly behind the artist profile they're following. The streaming platform is introducing a new badge for AI-generated artist identities, but those profiles won't get the same treatment when it comes to recommendations. We have more in this report.
For music lovers in Trinidad and Tobago and around the world, streaming has become a major way to discover new artists. But what happens when the artist you're discovering isn't a real person? Spotify is getting ready to introduce AI persona badges beginning in mid-September to identify artist profiles whose public identities are generated by artificial intelligence. The badge will appear on artist profiles, in search results, and alongside tracks in playlists. And Spotify is making an important distinction. This isn't a label for music simply because AI was used somewhere in the creative process. It's specifically about the identity being presented as the artist. Creators can't disclose that they're an AI persona themselves, while Spotify will also review profiles and can apply a likely AI persona label. Artists will be notified and can appeal if they believe Spotify got it wrong. But here's where it gets interesting for the music industry. Spotify says music from AI personas will be excluded from its editorial and algorithmic recommendations, meaning those tracks won't automatically be pushed into listeners' personalized feeds or curated playlists unless the listener intentionally engages with that artist. The move follows controversy surrounding projects like The Velvet Sundown, an AI-generated act that gained millions of streams after presenting itself as a human band. And as AI continues to blur the line between the real and the artificial, Spotify is now betting that listeners want to know who's exactly behind the music they're hearing. For artists, including those here at home, it's another reminder that in today's streaming era, authenticity may be becoming just as important as the music itself.
Health authorities across the Americas are being urged to step up measles vaccination and surveillance as the region records its highest number of confirmed cases in more than 2 decades. The Pan American Health Organization says more than 47,000 cases have been confirmed so far this year, with dozens of deaths reported. PAHO warns the public health risk remains very high as outbreaks continue and gaps in vaccination leave communities vulnerable.
Measles is making a significant comeback across the Americas. As of July 18th, more than 47,000 confirmed cases have been recorded across the region, more than 3 times the number reported during all of 2025. 44 deaths have also been reported. PAHO says it is the highest number of confirmed measles cases recorded in the Americas since 2004. Guatemala has reported the largest outbreak with more than 30,000 cases and 26 deaths. Mexico follows with more than 12,000 cases, while infections have also been reported in the United States, Peru, Canada, and other countries. Health authorities say the continuing spread is being fueled by gaps in vaccination coverage, populations with little or no immunity, and increased movement between countries through international travel and mass gatherings. Measles is one of the world's most contagious diseases. It spreads through the air when an infected person coughs, sneezes, or even breathes, and commonly causes fever, cough, runny nose, red eyes, and a rash. But in severe cases, the infection can lead to pneumonia, inflammation of the brain, blindness, and death. Children who are too young to be vaccinated, people who are unvaccinated or under-vaccinated, migrants, and communities with limited access to healthcare are considered particularly vulnerable. PAHO says countries need to maintain vaccination coverage of at least 95% with 2 doses of a measles-containing vaccine to effectively interrupt transmission. Here in Trinidad and Tobago, the MMR vaccine protecting against measles, mumps, and rubella forms part of the national immunization program with vaccines available through the public health system. Amber Francis, I.A.N. News.
You're watching I.A.N. News. Stay with us.
We'll be right back.
Do you have breaking news, community news, and upcoming events? Contact our newsroom at 226-1IAN or 259-4IAN. Or email us at iannetworknews@gmail.com.
Thinking of giving your home that modern finish? Then visit ABC Bar Doors and Windows. We are the largest supplier of hardwood finishing goods. Get kitchen and pool tiles, faucets, doors, windows, sinks, and so much more. Come in or give us a call. ABC Bar Doors and Windows, always a better choice.
Ready for a home makeover? Head to Felicity Furniture and Appliances, where style, comfort, and savings come together. Luxurious sofas, elegant dining sets, beds, stoves, freezers, and more. Visit us at Lot 10B, Pierre Road, Felicity, Chaguanas.
I.A.N TT offers over 25 years of experience, are retinal specialist and the latest cutting-edge equipment. We handle diagnostic and surgical needs for retina, cataract, glaucoma, pediatric and diabetic eye care. Also glasses. We provide it all under one roof. Our head office is located seconds off the Freeport flyover. Branches also in North, South and Tobago. Call 349-EYES for more information. Payment plans are available. I.A.N TT, taking eye care into the future.
Do you have a business that you want people to know about? Imagine placing your brand in front of an audience that's already engaged and locked in. With over 154 million views monthly across YouTube and Facebook, and over 5 million views daily on both platforms, based on official analytics. Now we're bringing that same audience to I.A.N. News. If they've seen your products on the Ian Allen Show, imagine the impact when they see them on the news. Reserve your spot in the news and book your monthly packages now. We're back with the news on the I.A.N. network.
Thanks for staying with us. There has been a turnaround in total comprehensive income at the National Investment Fund Holding Company Limited, and a power outage hits the digital network. More in our business roundup.
NIF Chairman Dr. Sandra Sukram said in August, the company's unaudited financial statements up to June 30th recorded a total comprehensive income of $4.3 million compared with a total comprehensive loss of $147.4 million a year earlier. The overall value of NIF's investment portfolio increased from $7.48 billion as at December 31st, 2025 to $7.55 billion as at June 30th, 2026, a gain of $72.6 million, supported by stronger conditions in the domestic equity market. Sukram said the company continued its disciplined approach to portfolio management in support of its bondholder commitments. Over the same period, NIF reported total income of $73 million, up from $71.1 million a year earlier. Dividend income remained broadly stable at $59.2 million, while interest income increased by 40% to $11.9 million. The company recorded a net loss of $68.4 million before unrealized fair value adjustments, compared with $69.3 million a year earlier. As at June 30th, 2026, total assets stood at approximately $8.2 billion. NIF's portfolio includes investments in Republic Financial Holdings Limited, Angostura Holdings Limited, One Caribbean Media Limited, West Indian Tobacco Company Limited, and its wholly owned subsidiary, Trinidad Generation Unlimited. Digicel customers across Trinidad and Tobago were left experiencing disruptions Thursday morning after a power outage affected the telecommunication provider's network. In a Facebook post, Digicel said it was aware of issues affecting mobile data and voice services and was working to have them fixed as quickly as possible. Before midday, the company said the issue had been resolved and the company has begun restoring its services. However, Digicel advised customers who did not see an immediate return to normal services to restart their services or contact the company. Digicel did not disclose how many customers were affected by the outage. B-Mobile customers in parts of central Trinidad also experienced service disruptions today, with the telecommunications provider confirming issues with mobile voice and data services. The company said its technical teams are treating this as a priority and are working to restore services as quickly as possible. B-Mobile apologized for the inconvenience caused and thanked customers for their patience and understanding. Dalisa Guralal, I.A.N. News.
Already reeling from an economic crisis and devastating twin earthquakes, Venezuelans are bracing for more severe power and water cuts as El Niño blooms. More in our regional roundup.
Less than 2 months after devastating twin earthquakes left more than 6,000 dead, Venezuelans are being called by the government to save power and water. With a drought looming, many read this as an omen of more widespread electricity outages and a less fresh water supply after months of already severe cuts. The call for expanded conservation on the already challenged grid has triggered fresh protests across regions where people and businesses face electricity cuts of up to 10 hours per day and frequent equipment malfunctions that lead to days-long power outages and intermittent water supply. Interim President Delcy Rodriguez said last week that El Niño was already hitting the OPEC country and could bring drought before year-end. The periodic phenomenon, which warns the Pacific Ocean's surface-altering global weather patterns, made power and water conservation necessary, she said. Drought and wildfires could also threaten agricultural output, adding to the hardship from power and water rationing. On Wednesday, CARICOM Secretary General Dr. Carla Bonnet called for greater inclusion of young people in decision-making across the Caribbean. She said that youth participation is essential to the region's development and sustainable future. In a message marking International Youth Day on Wednesday, Bonnet said young people across the Caribbean may come from different countries, cultures and communities, but share many of the same aspirations, including access to quality education, decent employment, safety, good health, opportunity, and a meaningful voice in decisions affecting their lives. This year's International Youth Day theme, Different Contexts, Common Aspirations, highlights the common challenges and ambitions of young people despite differences in their circumstances. Barnett said Caribbean youth are pursuing these aspirations against a backdrop of rapid technological change, climate-related disasters, rising living costs, crime and violence, and increasing concerns about mental and emotional health. Barnett praised young people in shaping Caribbean economies, culture, sport, public institutions, and social movement.
The window for survival for victims of Monday's 7.4 earthquake in Colombia is narrowing, and Iran and the United States remain at odds over a peace deal. More in this report.
Rescuers in Colombia called for silence on Thursday as they listened for signs of life in the rubble left by a deadly earthquake that has killed at least 265 people and left hundreds more missing. The call for quiet was part of last-ditch efforts by search and rescue teams to find survivors in the aftermath of the 7.4 magnitude earthquake that struck the South American country on Monday. Aid agencies considered the first 48 to 72 hours after an earthquake to be the prime window for retrieving survivors. But that time frame can be extended if those trapped have access to food and water. The mayor of Cali, Alejandro there, told reporters that Wednesday the rescue teams continue to find signs of life under the rubble and were racing to save anyone within reach. The next 20 hours are the most critical to find and rescue people alive, he said. Iran and the United States remain at loggerheads over efforts to agree to a permanent end to the war in the Gulf. US President Donald Trump issued yet another broadside against Iran's leaders, dealing a further blow to hopes for a resolution to the crisis following new attacks on shipping in the region on Tuesday. The deal agreed in June declared an immediate and permanent termination of military operations on all fronts, but quickly unraveled with Trump saying it was over on July 7th and Iran's foreign ministry declaring it suspended a week later. The U.S. accuses Iran of failing to honor an agreement under the deal to reopen the vital Strait of Hormuz shipping route. Tehran says Washington has re-engaged on its commitments, including lifting a blockade of Iranian ports and releasing frozen Iranian assets. Trump said on Wednesday that the U.S. has total control over the Strait of Hormuz, but the Persian Gulf Strait Authority, the body Iran set to manage the waterway, said it remains blocked and will not be reopened until Iran's conditions are accepted.
It's now time for the weather forecast.
For the period today, Trinidad and Tobago will experience mostly fair and hazy conditions with a light, breezy and few isolated showery spells during the early night and near dawn. There is a 30% chance of the isolated heavy shower or thunderstorm favoring southern parts of Trinidad. Partly cloudy intervals overnight with occasional showers. Seas are moderate with waves 2 meters to 2.5 in open waters and near 1 meter in sheltered areas. Waves are expected to be occasionally choppy.
And that brings us to the end of our newscast. I'm Keisha Marie Charles. On behalf of all of us here, thanks for watching and have a good night.